that is most important. That first step, stepping out into the unknown, crossing the line.
But why should my name, Jack Booker, not carry the same authority as Alexander Purdy? Do I not possess all of the same faculties of movement and thought? Are we not both skilled tradesmen, created of God? We're much the same, aside from some obvious cosmetic dissimilarities.
Pardon me, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Elizabeth Wyth. I first laid eyes on Mr. Wyth when I was 11 years old. My father was the architect commissioned to rebuild the Capitol building and brought me with him one day to inspect the sash work. I was a tomboy and liked that sort of thing which delighted my father.
I am Lydia, housekeeper for George and Elizabeth Wyth. She is my mistress and I am her slave. The relationship is very clearly defined. But there are times when I see a glimpse of what we could be for one another.
Some suggest my demeanor is surly and off-putting. I'm Roger. I reside in perhaps the most affluent home in the Commonwealth. Most could never fathom the responsibility.
Joseph Prentice, Esquire. By the time I was 12, my home had 25 people. Each slave in the home had their own function and duty. Father was always very clear on that. Never anything or anyone without their purpose, Joseph. He kept them together in small family units to make them more effective at their use. I saw the sense of this. If someone in bondage is surrounded by those that they love, they're more likely to accept it.
My name is Jenny. My mama say I got the curse of good cheer. I come from Martin's Hundred, tobacco plantation, and we all belong to Peyton Randolph. Truth to tell, I didn't really know what that meant. Me belonging to Peyton Randolph.
Mrs. Amway, the school itself warrants a bit of explanation, in that it be a charity school for the Negro children. A philanthropic endeavor, if you will. Oh, that just means somebody else is paying for it.
My name is Mingo. I'm a carpenter. When it comes to repairing things, it's not much that I can't do. Chairs, windows, tables. I do belong to Mr. Benjamin Powell, and it is expected of me to do carpentry work. But I'd still be a carpenter if I wasn't enslaved. It's one of the few things that feels natural in this life. And I learned a long time ago that when you have a feeling like that, you hold on to it as tight as you can. Wish I got some coin for the work I do. I do good work. Very good.
I always assumed that my husband, Benjamin, and I would have children, but he is very adamant that he does not want to bring an enslaved child into the world. He says he doesn't want to increase Master Wyth's property. It just about broke my heart to hear him say that, but I do understand.
To oversee my people takes a good amount of my day. I long to fill my home with laughter and the sound of little feet running room to room. But Providence has a plan. We must simply accept our place in it. I help the slave children learn their letters. They are planning these manuscript children.
When we all look after them, they are precious.
Paris, her youngest, is my favorite.
Mrs. Wyth is quite taken with him.
Oh, he is the most adorable. I can say that as I am not their mother.
She dotes on him. I see her with him, and I recognize a similar pang in my own heart.
Longing for motherhood.
For a child of my own flesh.
Perhaps if things were different.
We could be a comfort to each other. Two childless women.
In a world of much.
I was asked, why do you work there? Why?
To give voice to the voiceless.
By speaking their names, they are remembered.
This hidden history will be remembered.
To help bring about change.
I want to be the change. I want to see
Live peace.
Perpetuate.
But there's a reckoning that has to happen.
There is so much violence in our collective
so much
consciousness.
that needs to be uncovered and dealt with.
So we can heal and then move forward.
The truths that we attempt to tell are of people who actually lived and breathed. Sometimes there's a name in the slave manifest, or a christening date in the Bruton Parish records, or a notice placed in the Gazette.
But in some cases, there's only a name.
Not where they came from, or what they dreamed about.
Only a name.
And who they belong to. So we wait for the voices.
I was sitting on one of the bulkheads interpreting next to the courthouse, and I was approached by a guest.
Where are you supposed to be, boy?
He asked me.
Often part is to inspire your hatred of me so that you see the disdainful and hurtful things I do in character, acknowledge that they're wrong, and realize that for some people today, that kind of biased and heinous treatment is still acceptable. It's not. Not from anyone. Since the outset of this country, there's been a nefarious plot by those in power to divide us. Every bit of research that I do just confirms that more and more. In character, I have to pretend that treating people in this manner is acceptable, and that weighs on me greatly.
You see, one winter day, I was guiding a group through our Capitol building, explaining the 18th century government from the viewpoint of slavery. We began in the hall of the House of Burgesses, where the slave code was enacted. We next went above to the conference chamber, where at that time hung the portraits of Speaker Randolph, Patrick Henry, Washington, Jefferson, Madison. Now, each of these men had made a statement decrying the institution of slavery, and yet each had been a slave owner. I related this to my guests along with a number of slaves each man had owned. We concluded the tour down in the General Court, where the slave presence was not allowed. I was stunned when I asked for questions and a well-coiffed, well-dressed woman asked me, "Is this what Mr. Rockefeller intended?" Well, I recovered quickly and I said, "Madam, Mr. Rockefeller charged us with interpreting the town. And since over half the population at that time of the town was of the Negro race, I think he would approve." I was glad I had recovered, but oh, I was so disappointed. I thought, "Lady, you missed it."
It's not easy telling these stories. It's ugly. It's hurtful, but it's where we, as a country, started. At times, it seems people like me want to distance themselves from those of us who have to.
Act like you being fashionable.
Y'all like me.
Also like me too. Because I can interpret freckles.
Okay. So, I'm black.
You're kidding.
I had no idea.
Live and in color. Yes, I am. But it's hurtful when other black people appear to be ashamed or look down upon the fact that many of our ancestors had to endure the institution of slavery.
I give a talk at the town tour that focuses on women as Mrs. Elizabeth Whip. I love giving these tours. The guests are immensely, they're laughing, they're absolutely they're with me every step of the way. I can feel their enjoyment. Until that moment that myself or a guest bring up the inevitable topic.
Do you own slaves?
How many slaves do you own? How do you feel about the institution of slavery?
The third question is the hardest. Now I know it's Mrs. Whip being asked, not me, who read the actor. Do guests understand what you're doing? I mean, I want to be true to what I believe Mrs. Whip would have said, but it goes against my beliefs. However, as Mrs. Whip, I respond. My husband and I differ in our opinion in regards to slavery. I believe they were put on this earth to serve us. Providence has a plan, and we must simply accept our place in it. It is our duty as Christians to enforce God's plan. Look, but I continue on as if the world hasn't just turned against me.
So for all of the frustrating interactions, there are those that give us hope. When someone takes a moment to listen and connect with this painful history, and they'll say something like,
I never thought about it like that before.
Thank you for that perspective.
or sometimes there is a quiet, profound, unnameable exchange.
A hug. A silent understanding.
So one afternoon while I was playing Lydia, I sat down on a bench with a young mother, and together, the three of us, myself, Lydia, and the young mother, watched her children play on the palace green. And together we cried grown woman tears for all of the enslaved mothers who had their children stolen from them, for all of the enslaved women who were abused, for all of the enslaved men who had their manhood stolen from them, for all of the enslaved families that were ripped apart, for all of the stolen potential.
I will tell your stories.
We will let you have your say.
I will make them see the scars of our past.
You were here. Your lives matter.
And these spirits, these weary spirits, maybe they can rest.
Liz, break down the wall.
Cross the line.
This is BackStory.